Hi everyone, Sue from Art, Craft and Journals. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to just do a quick video showing what I've done with some leftovers that I had. In a previous video I made these ATCs using a painted background, and I had some little pieces left over. Now they were really only strips and very small pieces. So what I did was, and I did start this before I realized that I probably could have done a video. So what I did was I took each of the pieces. First of all, what I did was I got some black cardstock. I cut that into the shape of tags, and it was second hand cardstock because I did have some holes in it. Then what I did was I glued down the pieces onto each of the tags. They were just roughly put on and just fitted to make, sort of fitted like a jigsaw puzzle, I guess, to fill the base. Then what I did was I used my zigzag stitch on my sewing machine to zigzag the pieces together, I guess. It's a bit like a Franken paper or something like that. I just thought that that kind of had that Halloween-y sort of feel to it. So I used my black thread and zigzagged all the lines basically, and that's where I'm up to now. So that's the other two. Okay, so what I've got is I've got a collection of bits and pieces that I had in my stash. I don't have a lot of Halloween stuff. There's some ribbon, there's the little ghosts that were left from the previous video. I do have some sari silk which came from Which Crafts Do You Do, and it's got the sort of the orange tones in there. And what I did, I printed off some images from the computer. They are mostly graphics fairy images as far as I can remember, but they were printed, they were on my computer from something last year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these out, and then I'm going to do something with them to layer them on the tags. And the tags I will probably use in my sort of, it's a daily journal, but I don't do it daily. What I tend to do is if I've got something interesting or I've done something interesting, I will do a page. It's sort of almost like mini scrapbooking actually. I'll pop in some little photographs or something like that. Now I'm just going to have to cut this a little bit because I've just realised it's got something on there I don't want. Now I know I won't use all of these images for this particular, the 3 tags, but I'll cut them out anyway. So yeah, I only do pages when I have something interesting to do, or you know, I have photos or something else that I can actually do a page on. It's more like a daily journal than a journal for writing how I'm feeling and that sort of thing. I don't really do that very well. If I do that, what I do is I do it on an art journal page and then paint over the top of it. Growing up with one of 6 kids, you learn very quickly that nothing's private and that somebody will find it, somebody will use it against you. So after years of sisters finding diaries and things, I've decided I will never write anything down that I don't want made public. So yeah, okay, so just trim that little bit there. Okay, so what I'm thinking is just some sort of layering or something like that. Let's have a look. Excuse the crinkling. Okay, do we have an orange end? Perfect. So I'm thinking something like that. I don't think I've got any green, which is unfortunate because green would have been useful as well. Never mind. I wonder if one of these little ghosts would be too much. The good thing about them being on this clear background is you can cut one out and just sort of place it. Actually, I quite like that. It sort of breaks it up a little bit. Just might bring you in a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I quite like it actually. They're all going to be very similar because I don't have a lot of things to add. Might use this for up the top maybe. Might just might glue these down to start with. Now I've just realised I don't have dress ink, and I will have to find the black one. Okay, black distress ink no longer in my drawer, which is interesting. So we'll try it with the stays on. I just want to darken the edges of the card here, and I probably will do the same on the tags. Still don't think it stands out enough. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm not sure what. Maybe something like that. Not sure. I think I need some green. I might have a look, see if I've got any green paper. Be back. Okay, I did find this green corrugated card, so I might actually use a little bit of that. Okay, let's have a look. I pop it something like that, and then something like that, then the ghost. I think I like that better. It actually just brings it out a little bit. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to think too much about it because I didn't want to do a long video. I just wanted to use up a couple of bits and pieces. A little bit there. That's the problem with zooming in so much. And I'm thinking the ghost there. It looks like she's looking at the ghost and going, ah! I'm using the craft glue, even though this is sticky, I'm using the craft glue just to make sure it sticks. Okay, okay, what I might do is pop a little bit of this over this one. This one I couldn't put a hole in it because it would have been right where the stitching is, so I thought best not to do that. So I might staple that. I'll grab a stapler in a moment, so we'll leave that one there. Okay. They will probably end up very similar to each other actually, because there's similar colourings and similar things. Now I did find this, so oops, wasn't quite what I wanted to do. Trying to rip it so I don't have the white edges. Okay, brown here, which I quite like. Just looking on my desk, see if there's anything else I can grab. I think maybe just something like that. I probably will only do maybe one page in my sort of daily diary, simply because we don't, my family particularly, don't really do a lot for Halloween. I know some people do, and we don't have young kids, so you know, the trick-or-treating and that kind of thing doesn't really get done anymore. The last year there were a few kids in the street that came around, but not too many actually. The year before there were a lot more, but not last year. So not sure. Didn't decorate the house really last year either. The year before we did. We went all out, put lights, and we had some gravestones on the front lawn and all that sort of thing. It was quite fun. But yeah, didn't do it too much last year. I think I might leave it at that. Just simply because there was only me at that point. And I don't know. I didn't think it was worth doing just for me. The year before, my son had a ball doing it, but, well, he moved out and, you know, living his own life somewhere. And I'm pretty sure my partner and his son really won't be too interested in doing it, which is a shame because it is quite fun. I quite like decorating the house and things. I did notice that in the shops in Australia now there seems to be a lot more stuff than there used to be. Yeah, and there's some awesome things. I was very tempted to buy some things, I must admit. There's a skeleton of a cat, which I just thought was absolutely awesome. But I thought, really? So, no, I didn't get it. Alright, one more. Now, this one, the colouring's a little different. It's got more of a red. So, a bit more scope, maybe, to do something a little different. Oh, yes, I think I like that colouring for some sort of a... I really like it that way. I don't know about that way. But maybe under here might be something different. Yep, going to put that there. Inking first. This particular glue takes a long time to come out. It's a bit thick. I think I need to try and thin it down with something. Now I was going to put that like that, so I need to put some glue there and spread it out a little bit. I'd love to hear what people do, apart from, I mean, the only things I've sort of seen of Halloween from overseas is mostly in American sort of TV shows, and I have to admit I have watched quite a lot of the Hallmark Channel movies and TV series lately, just because well, I had a lot of time to sit down with a broken leg, ankle I should say, so I did watch quite a lot of those shows. I found myself running out of shows to watch actually, so I kind of did a little bit of a search and came across some really nice feel-good Hallmark shows which I enjoyed watching. But and a couple of those were showing Halloween stuff. So that's really my only sort of understanding of what Halloween is. You know, decorating your front yard and doing the trick-or-treating and that sort of thing. Looks fun, I must say. It does look fun. I'm just debating whether to put that there or not. What about this little green piece? No, the green doesn't look right, does it? I don't know, it just doesn't look right. If it was maybe against that green it might, but maybe I'll just pop that there. I do have more of these ghosts, but I suspect they won't look that good there. No, don't like the ghost on that one. Something to finish it there. And you will notice that I did put something in that one. This purple here is very strong, isn't it? I've just noticed in my on my iPad where I use to see the screen, it's very, very bright there. Maybe I should put a ghost up there. No, don't like that. If I had something else, that might work. Not sure what though. Never mind. What we will do is put I think we'll go with the orange for this one. So that's that one. And the last one I needed to staple. Really not being cooperative. Trying to fold it while I'm stapling and it's just not... Oh, that did not sound good, did it? Dear oh dear, what happened then? Oh, bit of a disaster. More than one staple in there and more than one sort of group of staples, and it's caught itself up, I think. Excuse me while I just fix my stapler. Of course, when you come to use it, it doesn't work. Alright, now we'll try again. Take two. An extra hand or two would be nice too. That's better anyway. Please let me know if anyone else has these issues or if it's just me today. I don't know. You know what? we're going to do a little bit of cheating. We're going to glue it down to start with. I think it's because I'm trying to hold it folded as well, so it's made it all a bit poofy, and it won't fit under the staple bit there. Doesn't want to work. Done. Not perfect, might glue that a bit better actually, but it'll be fine. It's for my journal. And that does remind me, now that I've looked at the back, I was going to back them. So what I was going to do is just glue them onto some white card. Hopefully this piece will be big enough. Just take you out a little bit. Let's have a look. Of course, now I'm going to have to take those off. I'm not taking that one off, but these ones will come off fairly easily. Gosh, I hope you're crafting along with me, because otherwise this is going to be an exceptionally boring video. Now I'm using the craft glue again simply because it's got this stitching on here, so what we might do is do them all while we've got the glue working. Just going over the stitch lines, and then I'm going to use my glue stick to do the other bits. Give it a little bit extra, maybe. Alright, now the placement. And hopefully this does fit. I think it did when I initially just did it before. Yes, just. Should really let them dry before I take them off. So I'll just pause the video, pack up some mess, and come back and finish them off. Okay, finished. Now what I did do, I've cut them out, and I also, with the leftover image, I actually made this, I guess it's a journaling card. I'm not sure if I'll back that with anything yet. I don't know. It may end up as a pocket. It might be the pocket that holds all these ones in my journal. I'm not sure yet. But all I did was cut the image, glued the image to some music paper, then a red... an orange, and then with some green. So backed it on, and there's the journaling card. And then I zigzagged around the edge with the sewing machine just to sort of, I don't know, we'll make it look a bit like these. Alright, what I did was I've put that back on. I have backed them all with the white. I'll just show you that. So it's just backed on, and I'll either put photos or a bit of journaling. Not sure yet. Depends on what happens on the day. Now I did notice when I was cutting, and it's funny, you don't tend to notice it that way, but this way the angle which I cut them was totally different. But I thought, oh well, never mind, it doesn't really matter. It's only for me. So, never mind. And I might just put a bit of glue just on that little bit there to hold it down, the thread down a little bit, and then they're done. So maybe I will have to use the other glue. Yep. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope it gave you some ideas how to use up those tiny little bits of paper. Of course you can use them for collage as well. I thought these were a little bit thick because I did them on watercolor paper. I think it was watercolor paper, and it was a bit thick, so I thought maybe not for collage. But I was just playing with them and put them together like a jigsaw and thought, hey, hang on a minute, that's what I could do. And of course I went with the zigzagging because, you know, Frankenstein and all of that sort of thing. Alrighty. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to my new subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, I would appreciate you subscribing. My channel has a variety of bits and pieces, as you will notice if you look through some of my videos. But I guess that's it for today. Thank you very much once again. Bye for now.